Well, hello. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Good morning, Panama. 6:17 a.m. on the ramp in sim time right now. Glad to have everybody here on this fine Monday morning. It's the week of Christmas, and we are on the naughty list from Mr. Santa Claus because we do not have an APU today as we sit here fueling up for our flight to Armenia El Eden Airport, brought to you by V Pilot Designs. It's a 2024 native scenery, which is pretty sweet. Currently, we're sitting at the V Pilot Designs MPTO, which is 2020. I think it's just compatible. Still looks pretty good, pretty decent, better than the default, that's for sure. No issues with perf, but I'm ready for this flight. Should be a fun one, headed over there down to Colombia. Buenos dias, Fred. Good to see you. Miles to Budapest is in the house. Arlen is here. Just finished my, just finally got Microsoft 24. Now stuck in hours of endless pain trying to fix camera controls and bind all my hardware. Nightmare fuel indeed, Arlen. Nightmare fuel indeed. Remember, I said anybody coming over to 2024, that is going to be the #1 pain. You got to start with a big cup of patience in the morning to start the transition. So McAllen's in the house. Good to see you. AFO Alexander's here as well. Josh FSD, what's up, man? AZ308 GTS, good to see you as well. Iglufu is here. What's up? Why does the tail look like Wolverine / United merger? I have no idea how this livery got to be. I don't know if they are part of, I don't know if they code share with United or anything like that. It looks just like United livery. I have no idea. Thrustmaster, what's up, man? Dib669, good to see you. 25 months of support, over 2 years in V1 Nation. Time flies. Merry Christmas indeed, man. Time does fly. Wow. 2 years in V1 Nation. I mean, I feel like we were doing Christmas streams not that long ago, and it's already a year later. It's unbelievable. So Christmas is right around the corner. Might have to do some freight ops in the old MD-11 or just Felis here. I know you guys voted for the Felis. I didn't have time to get it set up and kind of relearn X-Plane 12. There was an update as well. It just kind of meh. I need more time for that, but we are here back in the PMDG. I noticed that there was 25% and 27% voted for 737. So technically, that's 52% 737 content was the poll. So that's how I read that one. But let's get this thing fired up. Tootco, my goodness, T-Tut Company with the $50 super chat out of the gate. Mr. T-Tut, thank you so much for that. Very, very kind of you, sir. Says, tis the season for giving. Merry Christmas, V1, Miss V1, and the fam, and V1 Nation. Wish you all the best and Happy New Year. Tutco, thank you so much, man, for a massive $50 super chat. Thank you for all the support over the years and the months and the being in the streams, liking videos, in the Discord, all that good stuff, man. Appreciate you. I get some positive rates there for Mr. Tutco dropping a $50 super chat. Very, very kind. Hope you have a very wonderful Christmas and New Year as well with your family, Tutco. Appreciate you, man. Hey, I'm just glad everybody got sick last week and not this week, because kids sick for Christmas would be very sad. So everyone's doing much better. We're up and running. Wife's out doing wifey things today. Kids got a sitter, and we are at the HQ going to go flying down to Colombia. So let's get this thing rocking and a rolling. GMC, thank you for the 23 months of support. And Manny764, welcome to Commercial Pilot as well. Miggs is also in the house. 40 months for Merry Christmas, everyone. Indeed. Thank you so much for the support. All right, Mathis Cox stopping by as well. Good to see you, my friend. Welcome on board. Hope all is well over there at PMDG headquarters. What are we, 1 week in? Almost 1 week in post-release. And we do not have third-party liveries for the U.S. yet. What's going on with the livery painters out there, huh? But we do have ourselves a nice third-party Copa livery that we're going to fire up right now. So let's go ahead and get to work here in our 737. Looks like the wind is blowing the rudder over there a little bit. All right. Welcome always to Colombia. Thank you, Anderson. Appreciate you, man. All right. So here we are. We're going to go ahead and walk into our beautiful bird. I guess this is a single class aircraft here for this. Now let's go ahead and hang our jacket. Mr. Randazzo's jacket is hung. We'll stow our bags. We'll go ahead and check our circuit breakers, make sure the fire extinguisher is indeed in the green. Any emergency equipment and things of that nature. We'll check for the QRC on the dash. Come up to the overhead. Power is not on the aircraft, so let's go ahead and apply a battery switch. Standby power is closed. Alternate flaps, electric, hydraulic is off. 3 green lights. Clear the master caution. Let's go ahead and throw her on bus. Good morning, Panama. Oh, they're still really. Oh, the paint kit is technically not out. I gotcha. That makes sense. Makes sense indeed. Elena Zane, 43 months. My goodness me. Thank you so much for the support, Elena Zane. Very, very kind. It's funny. I saw your comment on one of the chat logs I was going through from our Citation 10 stream into PMDG headquarters. If you said if you had someone wanted to know what special VFR was, you'd show them that video. Yeah, special VFR, no joke. Don't do it. Did this actually win the poll, or did democracy lose again? Well, RPG gamers. So what had happened was 27% voted for 737 X-Plane, 25% voted 737 Microsoft, for a total of 52%. So 737 content won. Actually, I think it was flipped. 27 Microsoft, 25 X-Plane. So, all right. Once the aircraft gets powered up, we're going to go ahead and do our regular initiation flow. Coming up here, check the overhead. We'll put these into a line nav. IRS display as normal. Service interphone is off. Dome light not required. Passenger oxygen normal and on. EEC switches are on. I did read about these today. You got the EEC switches up there. Oxygen 1600 psi. We'll come down here like a good first officer we are. We'll check our oxygen. Emergency 100%. Reset 100%. Beautiful. That is set. Now are my views set up? No, I need to set up my first officer checklist view right here so I can toggle between both. Checklist running view, flying view. Absolutely wonderful. Continue our overhead flow up top. All right, test flight recorder, lights out. Mach speed 1, Mach speed 2, stall warning 1. If I can click it. And number 2. You're talking to Beyond ATC. Oh, very cool. Is that potentially for CPDLC? With Beyond ATC, that would be very cool as well. I know there is some CPDLC support with the NG for, I think, the VATSIM and maybe something else, but I saw it in the FMC options. All right, that's all checked. We'll come back down here. We'll make sure our hydraulic levels are where they need to be. 92%. Engine oil quantity is in percent. I'm going to have to mess with those here. And then we'll come to the back of the panel, check our emergency release. That looks good. Okay, now let me go ahead and get the pause and knit going here before we do our other, for the rest of our flow. We're going to bring you up. There we go. Migs dropping 10 gifted subs. My man, thank you so much for the support. Dropping 10 gifted subs to the channel. Very kind, my friend. Appreciate you. If you pick up a membership from Migs, make sure you shout them out and say thank you. Very, very kind of you, sir. Appreciate the hospitality, my man. Thank you very much for that. All right, I'm going to scroll through here real quick. Enable, disable. I think it's in... It's in aircraft displays. No. This is in pounds, but... I want you in quartz. Very good. And then we're going to go back to equipment. Pass, fail, fail, passive. That looks good. I'm going to go backwards, I think. Where is my... This is a single class layout, right? So I haven't set... We'll do LED lights. That's fine. I haven't set the settings the way I like it just yet. So we're going to do that right now. HGS is installed. Where is my auto? We'll do 1500. I think Copa Z-top, so we'll leave that on. Where is my cons to auto? Where is engine start switches to auto? Did I miss you? Equipment. Auto nav, RL nav, double D rate. We want approach, 2500 calls. E-tops, blah blah. New style switches. We'll do new style switches since it's a new style bird. Auto ignition, yes. Thank you. Let's do new pressurization as well. Make this a new bird. Alright. Everything new. Alright, good. That's all set up. Good. We'll go back to the main menu here. We'll go back to the FMC. That's doing its thing. Let's continue our overhead flow up top. We'll come down the left-hand side. Flight controls AB, spoilers AB are all closed. Yaw dampers coming on. Lights out. A wonderful VHF IRS FMC. Navigation display switches normal auto. Spar valve lights are illuminated and dim. Fuel tank pumps are off. There's our landing light config. We've got APU is off bus. We do not have an APU today. We're going to simulate being no APU. So we are on ground power. Drive lights are illuminated. On bus, APU is off and in op. Get the emergency exit light, seatbelt sign on as normal. Coming down the right-hand side, window heat is coming on. Probe switch should be an auto. I missed that. We'll leave it off. Electric hydraulic is off. Got 2 cargo door lights open. Fire test. There's our green light. 0-0. Across the board, trim air is on. Everything is set. Packs off. Bleed panel is set as required. I don't know what our top altitude is. We'll have to take a look at that. We'll get the logo light on though. That looks good. Coming across the left-hand side, nose wheel switch is in normal. We got display, lower DUs, normal, normal. Let's hit the magic barrel ref key. We'll set the barrel mins 200 above, 210. That is set right now. Wonderful. We'll get terrain up on the captain side. We'll get flight director, auto throttle, flight director set across the board. Coming down the second side here, we'll do the test. And we'll do our, I did this out of order here. We don't want to skip it. Did a little bit out of order, a little bit rusty. Fuel flow, reset back to rate, normal, normal, RTO on the auto brakes. We'll throw this FMC on the legs page. That's fine for now. We'll set the parking brake. Park brake is set. Fire test. And fire test. Wonderful. We'll do the bottles. Right, left, and APU bottles are associated. VHF is on. We'll turn you down. Cargo fire test. Radios as required. Looks like we got ourselves a little Copa card there. We'll just squawk 2000, throw you in the standby mode. Stab trim switch is in normal. 0-0 aileron and rudder trim. Clear the caution. All right, we're cooking with gas now. What did I miss? Got a lot of stuff going on here. My goodness. Thank you again, Migs. Appreciate the 10 gifted subs. AJ Fudar with a $3 super chat. Thank you, sir. He says, since this is a new bird, has maintenance checked the wipers? That's a good point. We're going to have maintenance check the wipers. Make sure they took the they take those little strips off, right? That would be a good mod from a Whiskey Throttle. That would be funny. Captain Minnesota, thank you for the $20 super chat as well. Working for the USPS, ready to fly this a bit more. Been averaging 350 packages a day this season. Wow. Hey, nice little drink on me. Captain Minnesota, thank you so much, man, for the $20 super chat. Very, very kind of you. Few clouds at 1,800. Temperature 23. Stay safe out there driving those packages around, man. It's peak season. Peak season indeed. The real Santa. All right, 03 right. 190 transition. Perfect. We'll go over to clearance. We'll request IFR clearance. Let's call them up right now. Document clearance. Copa 357 clearance to Armenia, please.
Copa 357, document delivery. Expect runway 03 right. Remail 1 Alpha departure. Squawk 6606.
I'll have him read that back. Let's do a flight plan request since I'm a little bit behind. We'll throw 6606. We'll get our sim brief route in there. Select route. That's going to load 6606. Can I get a new squawk code, please? 6606 is in the box. Call back, ready for engine start. Let's go ahead and get our electronic flight blag. Fuel plan. You're welcome. Top altitude is flight level 310. So we're going to set our pressurization right now. 310 is up. We also need to see our landing elevation, so we're going to pull out our charts. Let's just take a look here. Arrival, let me look at a random approach chart. ILS Zulu 20. Landing in Armenia, Colombia. Route port elevation 3976. That's going to be right at the limit. Remember, anything over 4,000, we leave it as is. So 3950 will roll up 4,000. Pressurization is set. Our route uplink is ready. Load. And let's go back to our departures. Airports, 10-9. We can expect 03 right for departure. We're sitting up here on the apron, so it'll be a long taxi out via Lima. Runway heading is 033. Let's scroll that in there. Let's set 033. And then we'll look at the approach course too. If we have to come back to runway 03 right, final approach course is the same, 033. Zero 33 across the board. On the departure procedure, we're on the REMA 1 Alpha. Remal 1 Alpha. Off 3 right out to Remal. So sharp turn 800 feet should be juicy. 10,000 feet initial is set. All right, cool. Real quick for the approach, 03 right, what's the load freak? 110.7. Let's dial that in down here. 110.7. Just in case we got to come back, she's ready to go. 110.7, both sides, 033 on the REMA 1 Alpha. We'll activate our route, execute that. All right, departure arrival. Runway 03 right. REMA 1 Alpha. Execute. Go to the legs page. We'll look at this. No discos going all the way down to El Eden. All right, cool. Departure arrival index. Arrivals. Sky Vector. If we look at our flight plan over here, or not Sky Vector, our flight plan has us on the Erder Direct. Okay. We have a planned runway. We do not have a planned runway. So, arrival airport, no star. It's a single runway operation. Probably land 02, right? There's the, or excuse me, 20. That's the only approach. ILS Zulu 20. That looks spicy. ILS Yankee looks a little bit more normal. From Anpet, I think we'll probably do that one. We'll do ILS Yankee. Yep, because there's our IF Edwer right there. So ILS Yankee 20 from Edwer. No star. Execute. That's in the box. All right. And net ref, we'll leave you there. We got to do our weight and balance. That's coming up next. We'll load plan from SimBrief. Bring in our zero fuel weight, 133.1. Reserve fuel, 2.4 plus 4, 2.8. Cost index of 12. We're not going to do that. We're going to do 50. Cruise flight level 31. Was it 31? 33, I thought, right? Yeah, 31. 310. All right, execute that. Migs, thank you for the 6 Canadian. Appreciate you, my man. Are the rudder pedals connected and bound properly? I have PTSD from the lawnmower incidents in the past. Migs, don't worry. The rudder pedals are on board and checked. We're going to have to verify our flight controls. But yeah, they're on board, or they're not on board and checked, but I did check them. We have had some incidents in the past. You're absolutely right. But I think we're going to be safe today, man. I'm prepped and ready. No mistakes. We're professional pilots today, Migs. We're professionals today. Thanks for the 7 Canadian, man. Appreciate you. With APU bleed, you require ground pneumatic. Yes. So we're going to do a ground air start, but give me a second to finish the box loading here. So we're going to do this. We'll go back to the index perf, N1 takeoff. We're doing a flaps. What are we planning on? 5? Because then we're going to have to do some additional procedures here in just a minute. Everything is based on flaps 5. Alright, so flaps 5 takeoff. Trim 24.8, speeds 38, 48, 49. We'll set 149 up here in our window as well. Alright. flight directors are on. 149.33 on the heading. 10,000 is set with the LNAV off the ground and VNAV off the ground. Excellent. All right. With that all done, fueling is complete. Let's go ahead and get our fuel tank pumps on. We cannot start the APU, so let's do a before start checklist to the line, and then we're going to go over some additional procedures. Go back to full screen cam. Rocking and rolling here. Parking brake is set. Oxygen checked. Navigation, transfer, and display switches, normal and auto. Window heat is on. That's right, those are not in auto. Window heat is on. Pressurization, double check the altitude, 310. Yep, pressurization. Auto and set. Train display selected. MCP set. Displays checked. Auto brake RTO. Fuel quantity and distribution. 15,600 pounds in checked. CDU is checked. Engine start levers cut off. Transponders TARA. Aileron rudder trimmed 00. Departure briefing complete. Fasten seatbelts are not on. APU is not on buses because we're doing an APU ground start. Fuel panel set. Flight forms AML onboard accepted. Aircraft is Juliet Papa Echo Mike. And PEDs are off. So before start to the line, but let's go ahead and look at some additional procedures before we blast off. So I think we can calculate, or we can add rather, ground ops, ground connections, air start and unit is what we're going to request. Okay, so we're all going to be able to do that. Let's go over the supplemental procedure real quick here for starting without an APU. Starting with ground source, AC electrical power is available. We're going to start connected to the jet bridge. Warning, damage to the aircraft can occur if ground air cart or external cart is placed under the wing. Engine 1 must be started first because ground air connection is off center and closer to engine number 2. Minimize time on gate or hard stand with engines running to reduce risk of ground personnel. So this is interesting. On my previous operator, we always started number 2 first on ground air. But that's why we're doing this, right? We're learning new things here. Well, I gotta change something. No BS. All right, cool. Minimize time on the gate or hard stand with engines running to reduce the risk of ground personnel. When cleared to start, we'll advise engine start. We'll get clearance from ground crew. Pack switch is off. We're looking for minimum 30 psi, APU bleed air off, and we're going to start number 1 with normal procedures. So, to configure, pack switches are off, APU bleed is off, isolation valve is open, and APU bleeds are on. Okay, wonderful. So we're all set there. Let's go ahead and request startup only from ground. Let's run through our flow. Doors are still open.
357. Startup approved. Call when ready for taxi.
Roger, startup approved. Copa 357.
All right, startup is approved. All right, but we got to close up the doors here. So we're releasing all of the vehicles. They're all leaving us. That's good. Are you reading from an official checklist? I am. I'm reading from my procedures to get set up here. Just ordered the Moza AB9, hype for it. AB6 costed almost as much after shipping, so I figured why not. Oh, excellent, Rad Brad. Make sure you get the profiles from our Discord, man. Very cool. All right, why are we still connecting? I want you to go away. I want you to go away. And I want you to go away. Did I do request all? I think I did. Oh my gosh, I did request all. Oh my goodness. Release all. Go away, please. Alright, we'll sit here, wait for them to all disappear. We're all together except for the APU. For that one, we just fixed... yeah, no APU today, man. David, what's up, man? Good morning. Welcome to the stream, dude. We're just getting ready to do a ground air start here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Flightbox Copa Flight 357, service to Armenia. Do apologize, getting a little bit warm on the aircraft right now. Unfortunately, our air conditioning system is inoperative right now, so once we get the engine up and running, it will cool off the cabin pretty rapidly. But until we get those engines running, it's going to just get a little bit warm. We'll do our best to see if we can shorten up the ground time here for you once we get that engine started. We've got an hour and 10 minutes in route. Welcome aboard. All right. Herein doors opening and closing. Forward entries are open. Now, release you. Release you. Release you. Go away. Okay. There we go. Doors and lights out. Anti-collision is on. Flight deck door is closed. Okay. Now, so we don't screw this up, we're going to go to ground connections and air start unit request. My concern is when we start the engine that the jet bridge is going to disconnect and we're going to lose power. That's my concern, but we're going to see what happens. Delta Fan, thank you for the $5 super chat, man. I caved and got the 737 for the price of that coffee. I hope your new airline is treating well. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Delta Fan, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Appreciate that. So far, so good, man. Except I just realized from my training in Sims, I'm not going to get the fancy airline campus. They're putting me up in a hotel because they just have too many people trading, which sucks. But so far, so good, man. All right, here comes our ground air. Here's our ground air card over here. Ground air card showing up. It's quiet with no APU running, huh? Why are they still opening doors back there? I told you all to go away. Release. Release. Leave me alone. Get a load of this guy. Requests half the airport's ground crew and tells it to all go away. Big thanks for the 7 Canadian, man. Appreciate you. I know, dude. I freaking hit request all. Now they're all showing up because everybody was on arrival hold. Alright, is that the air source? That sounds like it. Where'd it go? Where'd my air card go? Yeah, we're hooked up. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. So, ground air cart is connected. Now, this is interesting. My procedure says start engine 1. Even though this is literally in front of the motor, but we're going to go ahead and start engine 1. So we got the ground air over here, which it makes no sense because it even looks like it's closer to number 2. So I guess what they do is, for my operator, they bring the cart on the right side of the aircraft because the port is over here, so it's a shorter hose length, I guess. That's my assumption. We're going to start number 1 anyway. Wow, that's kind of a cool shot. I'll leave the camera right here. Put right under the engine for engine start. Alright, so we are cleared to start, right? So here we go. Ramp control ATC is advised. Start clearance from ground crew is obtained. Pack switches are off. Start PSI is at least 30 PSI. We have that. Air pressure should be, yep. If you bleed off, engine 1 start using normal procedures. So let's go ahead and ground engine 1, please. Starter valve open. N1 rotate, or N2 rotation. There's N1 rotation. Fuel on. Pretty cool. %56% auto cutout. Okay, so we have to do a cross bleed start. To minimize ground personnel, should be disconnected. Starting into cross bleed start procedure. Pack switches as required. Do not operate more than 1 pack from 1 engine. Okay, cool. So we got a good start. Let's go ahead and go generator 1 on bus. Oh, I never turned the seatbelt sign on. Silly captain. Alright, generator 1 is on bus. Let's go ahead and release all then from the ground connections. You go ahead and disconnect ground air. And you can disconnect the jet bridge. They gotta come get the cart. Once they disconnect the ground air, we'll get a pack running. Phoenix Galaxy, we introduced fuel at N1 rotation. Did I notice all the new high-res ground vehicles? I did, Mathescock, I did. Much improved over the old school, just the old school trucks. I like the belt loaders too. They look really good when you have them loaded up. Alright, he's hooking up the ground cart. I like that it's real time. Ish. Alright, that's good. Release the ground power. And remove the chocks. Alright, we got a good engine start. We're going to hold the after start checklist. Let's go ahead and get the isolation valve auto, left pack auto. Alright, let's go ahead and request pushback. Oh, we already got, I guess, pushback clearance. So electric, that's as required. Cockpit to ground, clear to push. Alright, one disconnected. Yeah. Did not operate more. We did that. So cross-bleed start will be next. We'll do that after we push back, get away from the gate. Do not attempt a cross-bleed start during pushback. Intake and jet blast clear. Bleed switch is on. Okay, so we're going to do that procedure here next. Oh, he's actually going to turn us the right way. I love it. Alt P for the win. GSX is dead to me. Forever. Forever and always. The heck, that's a pretty good pushback. Cockpit around, push complete, set brakes. Brake set, clear disconnect, show us the pin out front. We're going to do a crossbleed 2 here as soon as you show us the pin. Alright, let's configure for crossbleed. Engine start. Intake jet blast area is clear. Engine bleed air switches are on. APU bleed air switch is off. Pack switches off. Isolation valve auto. Ensure bleed air for supply. Advanced thrust lever operating engine. The max, you do it at idle. Pretty cool. But we need to advance until we show 30 psi here. So what we can do is advance the number 1 thrust lever. We should see an increase in pressure. Look at that. In the bus we did about 30-40%. I'll do the same here. Alright, about 30%. Oh, look at that. We got 35 psi. Alright. Non-operating engine start under normal procedures. Note, start valve light provides indication of the start valve after minimum start pressure is verified. The duct pressure no longer needs to be monitored. After starter cutout, adjust throttle on both engines as required. Okay, so here we go. Grounding 2. Look at the drop in pressure for start. Very cool. Here comes N1 rotation. Fuel on. Turn our light off. There's cutout. Starter light out. Back to idle on number 1. Alright, we got 2 good starts. Let's go ahead and run the panel. We'll go auto, auto, auto. Bleeds are off. That is set. And let's go ahead and set stab trim is going to be 4.8, which is pretty much right there. Flaps 5. Flight controls. Free and correct. After start checklist. Anise as required. Generators on. Air conditioning and bleeds are set. Flaps set. Flight controls checked. Recall. Check. Let's get out of here. Talking to ground. Copa 357 right taxi. Technically our flow goes here, here. PFD speeds are set. Blades and packs, auto.
Runway 03
Ready.
right taxi via Lima.
Runway 03 right taxi via Lima, Copa 357.
Alright, via Lima. Brakes release. Let's go. Why no Blackbird flap lever on the Bravo? Because I took it off yesterday and I can't find it. Hard work for one guy in a 737. It is. It definitely is, Mathis. We're cooking now. Not too bad. What is that, about 40 minutes from stream start? We started, what, at 11:15? So, yeah. Let the crossbleed start, engine ground start. V1 hope all is well. My partner surpassed me with a session of full motion, or surprised me with a session of full motion 7.3. Oh, that is awesome. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to you and your family. Hey, Mr. Big Penguin. That is very cool. Oop, hit the nose wheel there. Thank you so much, man, for the support, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas to your family as well, man. That's going to be awesome. Enjoy that. Enjoy that one. RC Flyer, my man. What's going on? V1, I'm really enjoying going along the journey with you, training with your new operator. I wish you great success and Merry Christmas to your family. Hey, RC, thank you so much, man. 44 months of support. My goodness. 44, 12, 24, 36, 48. Almost coming up on 4 years. RC Flyer, thank you, man. Appreciate you, dude. Now, no one has told me this, but I'm going to assume we do that. With the lower ND. All right, we're taxiing on out. Everything looks good here. We can verify our speeds. We already did our taxi flow, right? Which started with trim, flaps, speeds, MCP. Leads and packs are set and configured. We've been messing with it, so just triple check. Everything looks good there. All right. Let's run a before takeoff checklist to the line. Takeoff data and bugs. Closeout received and checked. Flaps 5, green light. Stab trim 4.8 units. Takeoff brief complete. HUD set. Generators on. Air conditioning and bleeds. Auto and set. Before takeoff checklist to the line. Does the wind wing panel work with the 7.3? It does indeed. It does indeed. This is my wind wing MCP and FMC, and they work right now. Through SimMap Pro. The 727 is more busy. Yeah, it is. The 727 hinges on not a good stream airplane because it's so busy. We really should do another 727 flight, though. It's been a long time. Matt says we did work with wind wing. Ah, very cool. Yep. I mean, it's plug and play for me. Plug and play. Rocking and rolling. All right, we're going Lima all the way down. Flight attendant, please prepare for takeoff. Let's do it before takeoff below the line. MCP ND checked. Runway 03 right. PA's complete. Lights set before takeoff. Checklist. Have I checked out the new MD80 update? I have. I can't get it to. It's typical Leonardo, man. Typical Leonardo. It's freaking mess to install it. I don't know how to install it. I tried it twice. I got the new models, but the cockpit textures are horrendous, and it's not. I don't know if it's a corrupted download. I'm gonna have to try downloading it again. I know it's not what it's supposed to be because I've seen Classic Jet Sim Pilot fly it and stuff. But there's like 6 folders in a download file, and there's no instructions on what to do. One is Anniversary Edition, one is the other edition, then there's like 3 other things in there. It's just typical Leonardo, man. Horrendous interaction between the software and the user. It's a great airplane, but it's been terrible from day one, man. Stuck in 2004. Also, by the way, Leonardo charges for an update. Speaking of update charges, FlySimWare Lear 35 also charged $45 for an update. So, and the FlySimWare still has a JPEG for an N1 fan when it's in motion.
Over to Tower 118.1 Copa 357.
I installed from SimMarket, yes. Yep. I did install from SimMarket. But I mean, I came in on Saturday to mess with it. I wasted an hour and a half. I just said, screw it. I'm done. I'm not even going to fly it, man. Not even going to mess with it. Leonardo's dead to me. And it needs sounds. Until we get the immersive audio pack, it still sounds like you're in a padded room. Oh, hold short, Roger.
Hold short of 03 right for traffic, Copa 357.
I might have to re-download it, Arlen. Which folder do you install, though? There was something on Leonardo forum about blurry textures. You need to run some exe in the folder somewhere. Yeah, see, no, it's ridiculous. I don't want to stream it because I don't even want people to see it. It's so frustrating. And you would have thought he would have learned from the first time. I mean, the very first time Leonardo released, you had to become a forum member to get liveries. Like, that was ridiculous. To get my 2024 update, I sent in the emails and everything to try to get a link to the installer. I never got it. Somebody was nice enough to send me the installer, and then, I can activate it through my SimMarket, but it's just, Leonardo is a freaking mess when it comes to that. Absolute freaking mess. Do you want to mention coffee yet? Are we voting on what he's having? I need answers. Oh, are you getting coffee, Miss V1? Perfect. I was just getting ready to rant on Leonardo, how it's a waste of time. I don't know. What are you getting? Peppermint mochas? Eggnog lattes? I think they're out of eggnog lattes. Apparently there's a fix coming that will eliminate the issue. Shouldn't have happened. Yeah, CJC, and this is where there's a double standard, because PMDG charges for an update. They have a flawless OC3. They have a flawless install process, very straightforward, very modern, and people are up in arms for a $30 upgrade. And then Leonardo comes out, costs even more to upgrade, a complete freaking mess with the user interface and everything involved. It should be, I mean, where's the outrage, man? Not to mention the sounds are terrible, so. There's that Copa landing right there. Sweet.
Copa 872, exit left at Tango. Exit left at
Just
Tango.
get him the biggest cup of milk. Call it a day. Five by 10, what's up, man? I think people are more up in arms about PMDG didn't do just a fix for the 2020 for overhauling it. Nah, well, here's the thing, man. If you want a 7.3 in 2024, you pay for an upgrade. That's just the way it works, man. If you don't want to buy it, you don't have to have it. You don't have to fly it. Oh, jeez. That's not us. Reset the brake. That's why I'm not a captain anymore. Got another one coming in. The sounds on the 7.3 are pretty terrible without the Boris packs. I don't disagree, R. Kelly. I think the sounds are very good, man. Are you like? I think they're very good, dude. I think they are very, very good. I think Boris has enhanced audio in some aspects of the sound pack, which I'm not saying is a bad thing. I'm just saying it's different, and people are going to prefer a little enhanced. I think XP72 said it best when he said, because you can't, smell or feel airplane movements in a desktop sim, if you have an enhanced sound pack, it makes the experience more realistic to you, and that's to some people, and I totally agree. All right, there's the other Copa. Migs, thanks for 7 Canadian, my man. Here's for the venti spice. Latte mocha, caramel pumpkin ice, macchiato with sprinkles. Sprinkles are for winners. That's us.
Runway 03 right, line up and wait.
Thank you, Migs. That's freaking hilarious, man. Appreciate the 7 Canadian.
03 right, Copa 357.
All right, line up and wait. Let's go.
Copa 807, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway. Copa 807.
All right, clear right. Lights are on.
Document Tower, Copa 2148, ILS runway 03 right.
I mean, listen to that. You hear that fan spinning? Like, woo. I love it, man. That's so good.
14. Copa 357, document tower, wind variable, runway 03 right, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 03 right, cleared for takeoff. Copa 357.
All right, let's go. Sounds all the way up. Spool them up 40%. We're going flying. Here comes the Toga. Ready? Yoga. You telling me that's terrible? Get your ears checked, my man. $80.
V1.
Rotate. Positive, right? Gear up. Fly with. Oh, yes, sir. It's gonna be a hard right turn. Bank angle check coming at us right now. Bank angle check. Alright. Beautiful. In the turn. Flaps 1. Sounds are coming down so I can hear myself think. Flaps up. After takeoff checklist, please. Alright, gears up, off, RTO off. Flaps up, wait for that light to extinguish. Flaps up, no light, bleeds, packs are set, cabin is moving. After takeoff checklist. After takeoff checklist completed. Is there a reason, Adrian? I don't know. I missed the chat. Is there a reason that Copa looks so similar to United Continental? Is there a partnership or something with them? I've been wondering that for a very long time, man. Every time I ask it in the chat, I forget to follow up and actually read the chat. Josh, not till February. I'll be in the sim all January, Josh. Now he gave us, this is at or below, but let's go all the way up to 1.5. If you hit the speed intervene, you see how it deleted that restriction? I hit the speed intervene on my FCU. I don't know if you saw that or not. I'm going to pull this out of the way so you can see. But that deletes the restriction there since we're going up to 1.5. Very cool. Is there a reason 240 instead of 250? You can customize that, Beef Jesus. I think that's just got that Boeing is standard 240 instead of 250 below 10, right? I think that's kind of the standard. but you can customize it, I believe, in the FMC or even in the climb out page. You can set your speed limit. So, for instance, here in the climb, so I got 240. I think I actually have a 240 on this SID. Let me double check. Yeah, there's a 240 on this SID. That's why we're speeding there. Got to get back up to 240. All right, here comes the 10,000 foot. We'll go ahead and get the... So the retracts would come off, but we don't have any retracts on here. So we're going to leave the lights as is. Take the chime out of 10K. We're just going to keep hand flying. It does hand fly like a dream. I mean, it's so fun, man. We are so lucky to be in this era of flight sim. It's really incredible. I remember the commercials as a kid, as real as it gets. Flight sim 2009. FS 2002. Or FSX was the as real as it gets tagline, wasn't it? Landed at Skibo from MP2 IRL last night. V-Pilot. Awesome, man. Mr. V-Pilot Design is in the house. Excellent. We just departed your MPTO and we are headed to Armenia, which I've actually been to IRL. Great little airport nestled in the jungles of Colombia. FS98 was that tagline. Maybe they just kept it all the way, right? Zach?
Copa 357, Panama Center, radar contact, climb to flight level 310.
All right, 310, we'll spin it in.
Flight level 310, Copa 357.
All right, 310 is in. Looking at the restrictions, there's no at or belows. It's just at or above 10. We're already above that. No need to delete that. Where is this final? The final remall speed is at 250. So I believe we can hit target. So right now, well, if I wanted to speed up, I could go to manually FMS window that. But right now it's 250 or below for remall, so we're going to keep it. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. Need that coffee. In 1998, Copa and Continental signed an alliance. So Copa joined One Pass Frequent Flyers and adopted Continental. Oh, okay. So there is a correlation. I've always wanted to know, Danny. Thanks for the info, man. Darth Rust. Well, some aircraft actually have a no electronic devices sign in place of the no smoking sign. But I think that's an option you have to customize. Now you have to remember though, some of the aircraft may be private airplanes, right? Private charter. Now I actually don't know if you can smoke on your own. If you own your own Airbus or 73, can you smoke on it? I actually don't know. In the cabin, I don't see why not. I don't know. So I have to look up the FAR. I know you can't do it in the airline world, but if you owned your own private BBJ, who's to say that you can't smoke in the back? That I do not know. All right, standard are actually not set yet. Well, we'll set it now anyway. 18,000. That was the transition level. Now we'll get the lights off. Boom, boom, boom. And we'll make this turn here, then we'll eventually turn the autopilot. Look at this though, trimmed out like a beaut right now. Just trimmed out and cooking. There's always someone trying to vape in the restroom. That is true. That is very true. Happened to me multiple times. I couldn't imagine sitting in a cloud of cigarette smoke back in the 1970s. I know it. And then I love how they just had the no smoking section, right? So, oh, well, This is no, what if you're one row in front of the no smoking section and you didn't smoke?
Aero Republica 706.
Like it wasn't going to affect you, right?
Expect radar vectors. RNAV Zulu runway 36.
You know, the reason that they pushed to get rid of smoking in the cabin wasn't actually a health reason. You guys know that, right? It was money. Because the HEPA filters would, the lifespan on the HEPA filters were dramatically reduced. They had to keep changing filters.
Report ready for descent.
So then they banned smoking. Had nothing to do with safety or health. All about the money. All right, Command A is on.
Aero Republica 7068. Howard Air Force Base Airport landing runway.
That's why I smoke in the lab. You better not be smoking in the lab.
Howard Air Force Base Airport, landing runway 36, Aero Republica 7068.
You wouldn't be flying under 121 in your own BBA. True.
Qatari 8035 heavy.
That's why I'm thinking you could.
Panama approach 119.7.
If I owned it, I'll disable the smoke detectors in the lab and smoke in the cabin. That's true.
035 heavy.
Al W has actually smoked in the smoking section.
Aero Republica 7068.
I rode on a DC-8 back in '84, and there was a cloud of smoke in the back of the plane. Nice.
Descend to 2,000 feet. QNH 10.
Darth Russ, no, that fire crash in Canada, that was actually a backblast. You're talking about the one that was on the pavement, and then they opened the door and it ignited. Is that what you're talking about? I don't think that one had to do with. And we might be thinking of different incidents or accidents. I'm not familiar with an Air Canada one that went down because of a cigarette.
Copa 841. Descend to flight level 200.
Descend to flight level 200. Copa 841.
Mathis says, try smoking our company jet. RSR will kick you out without a parachute. I could only imagine. No smoking on a 50. So, Mathis, PMDG Falcon 50 when? Have I tried the Moza AB973 profile for the 73? Very stiff. Captain Noodle, I have not tried making a Moza side stick profile for the 737. I could attempt to. What's wrong with the map? What map? Are you talking about the Lanta map? The Lanta map is doing just fine. What map? Map? What's wrong with the map? This map? Everything looks good to me. I think we need to put up a sunshade. Ooh, coffee has been delivered, Chad. Hold on. Let me get my sunshade up here. Babe, check this out. Oh, wait, hold on. Check this out. How realistic is this? Pretty cool, huh? All right, hold on. Mathis Cock has control. Be right back. All right. Shout out Miss V1 for delivering the gingerbread latte today. It's not something I would personally order, but it's actually quite delicious. I had an issue yesterday with the auto thrust of the PMDG. It engaged for a second before disconnecting. What reason could that be? It engaged. You could have a throttle override problem. So let me show you a very important setting. Go to your menu, go to PMDG setup, and then you can't really see this, can you? Because this camera got all jacked up. Go to, I think it's options, simulation, and then you're going to look for auto throttle manual override. All right. I have mine on never. I could probably put it on when it's in arm mode, but I have it on never for my sim right now because you guys see me pull the thrust levers all the way back just so you can see the rest of the FCU and stuff when we're flying. But if you have noise in your throttle and this is on, your auto throttle may be getting conflicting signals. So first step is I would check this thing here and make sure that's off. And then if that if you're still having issues, then maybe you had some issue in your autopilot or something like that. But that's where I would start, my man. That's where I would start. All right, 25 for 310. Get you off. Little jump seat view out of Panama. Eggnog latte is goated. They must be. I've never had one, but they're always out of stock at the local Starbucks here. Here comes that Venti Ice Caramel Mocha Macchiato. No. It's been, it's also been de-syruped. I think they default to like 4 gingerbread syrups. My wife always knocks them down to 2 or 1, which definitely makes it much better. Are there procedures for airspeed indicator failures? You mean unreliable airspeed? Yes. Unreliable airspeed is definitely a situation where you would do procedures. I just got officially checked out on the CDF tower. Very cool. So if you fly to ORD on Sunday or Monday between 5 and 11 a.m., feel free to say hi. Very cool, Joe Plains. Very cool. Fails. Derate the syrup. Exactly. Got to derate the syrups in the Starbucks lattes. Shaking my head. No Leonardo 20th anniversary flight. No, man. Leonardo's dead to me. Check back. Holding short for takeoff. Rant. Don't need to go back over it. I just got so frustrated with the install process. I've got a bug with textures on mine that I'm not the only one. So I think I need to do a full reinstall and all that stuff. I just don't want to. Dead to me. Dead to me. But I did get the Lear 35 going. Man, that is a fun little airplane to fly. Might do a Lear. We're either going to do Lear or we might have to do one more Barry Seal logistic flight tonight in the Premier Jet. I'm itching for a little more Premier Jet action. My texture bug randomly cleared itself. Thankfully, that whole installation was interesting. Did you run? Somebody was saying you have to run an EXE inside one of the folders. I don't know, man. Sundays between 5 and 11. Is that a dare? Leaving the cockpit for an indulgent coffee is like the Italian version of Swiss cheese theory. Yes. You know what, Migs? I know you think about Swiss cheese theory, but speaking, you just reminded me. Maybe we need to try A340 again. Remember the hot chocolate captain on Just Planes? Where they're flying over the Atlantic and they had, what they have? They had a TRU? I can't remember what they had. They had some type of issue. And before they run any ECAMs, he gets a hot chocolate. Freaking love it, man. That's my favorite captain ever. Just calmly calls the flight attendant. He's like, hey, we're probably going to shut down an engine and return back to where we took off, but can I get a hot chocolate first? The Citation 10 is working again. I've noticed it works better if you download it. Fred, I did reinstall. I did reinstall, and I did do a test flight. Citation 10 is working smoothly for me as well. Ooh, that's a tough one. Citation 10, Lear, or Barry Seal. Was it a high oil temp? Maybe that was it. Or was it IDG? I think, was it IDG high oil temp? I can't remember. I'll have to watch again. But yeah, I think they shut one down, right? McAllen wants to see the Lear. The Lear it's interesting, McAllen. I like it because I'm personally drawn to the challenge that it represents when you fly it, especially single pilot. There are some things that are very much not up to 2024 standards, if I can say that. For instance, the N1 fan, after about, a few rotations, it just goes to a solid JPEG for rotation. So like you see here, it looks like we actually have our engines are spinning. The Lear is just like a screenshot. It almost looks like your sim crashed. The panel is much improved. It's definitely much improved from what we had in 2020. But it's definitely not up to PMDG, Fenix. You know, it still lacks in the visual aspect. However, the sounds are really good. Boris, I believe, did the sound on it. PMDG, Mathis Cox says, I have to go to a meeting. Thanks for the fine work. Hey, Mathis, thank you so much for stopping by, man. Have a wonderful rest of your day and have a wonderful holiday season, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Level 270, Copa 354.
There's also a couple other things that bother me. Now, but, you know, I can take the graphical things. You know, the fan blade. I mean, the fan blade kind of bothers me now that I saw it. But normally you wouldn't ever really look at the N1 fan in cruise on a Learjet. You can't even see the engine from the cabin, so you'd have to have like a hack view as we level here at 31,000 feet. But my biggest concern with the Lear, and I don't want to say it's a FlySimware issue. I think it still might be my hardware issue. In the pitch axis, it felt very rubber bandy, meaning when I pitch up, even if I trim, it just wants to drop back down to neutral, essentially. Does that make sense? It just feels very rubber bandy, and I never felt that in 2020. So I'm not saying that that's how it is. I think it might be, I need to really just tweak my profile because I don't have these new airplanes that come out that are native for 2024. I have to actually make new Brunner profiles for them because I think the way the sim reads it and the new refs it uses in the sim, if you use old ones, it doesn't work quite as right. So before I really say anything on the flight model aspect of it, I want to make sure I get my hardware dialed in because it is a wonderful airplane to fly. The systems are really good. It's so challenging. It is such a challenging airplane to fly. It's the closest you're going to get to flying an F-16 with passengers. So, very cool. Migs, thanks for the 7 Canadian. How about Barry Seal in the Lear? Call it Barry Seal Roller Coasters Inc. Man, I wish we could use the Lear in career mode. I don't think it's possible. Is that even on the roadmap? Does anybody know? I think you have to. So, I don't think you can because, excuse me. In order to be career mode, legal, you have to buy it on Marketplace, and I don't believe the Lear is available on Marketplace. RPG says it's up to dev, and the dev says it's a lot of work. Yeah, I can imagine RPG gamers because, and the other problem is that I think you have to have it on Marketplace. So to get your airplane Marketplace compatible, I think there's a whole lot of extra hoops you have to jump through. I believe there's a single dev, right? I don't know if he's single dev or not, JC. But whoever it is, I really have nothing negative to say. I've never, even though there are some shortcomings with the Learjet, there's no doubt about it in terms of visuals. I have never done a Learjet flight and not enjoyed it. It's one of those airplanes where every single time I fly it, there's just a different level of satisfaction when you set the parking brake and shut down. Like he hit a niche feeling when you fly that airplane that few airplanes will hit, especially in the corporate jet GA market. So FlySimware did a very good job, and I absolutely love that in 2024 what we have with the Lear now is almost an ownership type, right? So similar to the other goats of GA, Black Square, where you have mean time between failures and stuff of that nature, that is now implemented in the Lear 35. So your airplane will accumulate wear, it accumulates hours, it accumulates dust. You're building time. You're building time on components that will eventually fail if you have them enabled. So having that, I really like. That adds a ton. And I think that's, to me, what really held me back from flying the 414. I hope they can bring that tech to the 414 because the Cessna 414 is another phenomenal GA. It's up there in terms of Black Square fidelity, except My biggest problem with it is you don't own it. And every time you load into the Cessna 414, it's a brand new airplane. You can't damage it. You can't hurt it. You don't accrue wear on anything. So to me, that makes it feel sort of lifeless, but it's a phenomenal bird. So if they can eventually incorporate the failure system and MTBF in the 414, oh man, it'd be really great. So the Lear will break down daily. Exactly, Vodka. I'd love to see similar implement assist for airliners. Yes. Except with average use by the operator factor between. So D. Whitaker, this is where Flight Sim Labs has done a really good job. And I, you know, people say I'm super critical of FS Labs and I didn't give them a fair chance, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, look, what Flight Sim Labs has done well is exactly what you're saying. So when you shut down your Flight Sim Labs airplane, when you reload it, it will simulate that it's flown a bunch of times in between there, and you may have MEL items, you may have broken equipment. So they captured that, and they're the only one to really, that I know of in the airliner world, that has done that. I could only hope that Fenix maybe in the future would can implement that, maybe, but or some sort of accumulated failure system. I don't know, but that is really cool about Flight Sim Labs. Speaking of which, I had my first failure in the Bonanza the other day. Left fuel quantity gauge breaker popped, and I had a beacon failure. Really, Zach? Did you have that sounds like almost like you had an electrical gremlin. Left fuel pump and beacon failure simultaneously? See, I love that about the Black Square aircraft. Because when you fly GA, there's not as much other stuff to worry about typically. You're not getting up high flight levels, you're not on BATSIM, you're not in crowded airspaces, you know, you're not dealing with complex FMCs or flight management computers. You're really just dealing with a general aviation aircraft. You're going to have some systems. Some are going to be complex, but a majority of them are pretty straightforward. And if you can incorporate all of the electrical intricacies, all those little minute details, and bring those systems to life, it can be more fun than flying airliners. And that's what Black Square has nailed. So yeah, having that little thing. And Zach, I had a similar fail like that. It was a panel lighting on my home PC. Or was it panel? No, it was landing lights. So I was doing a night landing, and I go to turn my landing lights on, and it's completely by why are my landing lights not on? And the breakers, I looked and the breakers had popped. So I pushed the breakers back in, turned the landing lights on. They worked for a second, boom, breakers popped again. So I love it, man. Have I tried the Black Square Velocity? No, I have not. Do you use Chaseplane? Nope, I don't use Chaseplane because I have heard that it hacks your sim, or hacks your computer. Like it's the way it does entry into like to make you have those views. I don't like it. I feel like it's going to potentially cause stability issues. There are already people being reported of it popping breakers in the Fenix. Like that's hilarious. You're just doing cinematic views, and your breakers pop. I don't know. I'm on the fence. I know some people love it. I'm on the fence. Mick says multiplayer participation career mode companies would take it to another level. Oh my gosh, Migs, you're so right, dude. Imagine being able to log in and fly for Barry Seal Logistics. That'd be so fun. We would have, with our community, dude, we'd have airplanes flying 24/7. That would be so epic. Tutco, you're absolutely right. Starship makes a different. The Starship is probably the pinnacle prop-driven airplane in all of the sim. You hated Chaseplane's AFO? Really? Team Vox says, I want to see Chaseplane in a month to see if the G-loaded head camera works still. Same. I'll see that, yeah. I'll give it another month. I'll give it another month or two, like vodka, see what Chaseplane is doing. I will say I do like, man, this is beautiful above the clouds here. Look at this. I love those vortex generators. I do love the fact that I forgot. Oh, in X-Plane 12, the G-loaded camera is native. I would love to see a native G-loaded camera similar to what we have in X-Plane 12. I would love to see that in Microsoft 2024 native. Exactly, because when the sim gets updated, something can break with an airplane, and then you just have stability issues. I am a long-time believer, you guys know this, of trying to keep my sim as vanilla as possible. I used to go through rabbit holes and mods and shaders and everything with X-Plane 11. I've given that up. That was the biggest draw for me on 2020. I could give up all that and just have as default as possible. Default as possible. We can't have G-loaded camera because Xbox? Really? Is that why, Vodka? It would be a lot of fun trying to work out who scuffed the PC-12 in South America. Yeah, it would be, man. Yep. How's the Bruner now? Should use it for a while. Seems like you have no problems with it and good fun to use. Swim and climb. It's the most expensive piece of hardware I've ever bought, and it is also the #1 piece of hardware that I've ever used. It has upped my simming experience to another level. And, I mean, Team Vodka can probably give you a similar story. I pretty much forced him to buy it through DMs when he was inebriated. It's very expensive. It works very well. I've had almost zero issues with it. Anytime I have an issue with it, it's mostly because I didn't update something or I didn't do something properly with the profile, and it finally came and bit me, like the Starship. The Starship, I'm pretty sure, bit me because I was using Autopilot's pitch trim reference and it was running away. We'll have to do Starship Redemption stream, but as far as the Bruner, I mean, it's hard to say. I would almost trade. I would trade any other piece of equipment I have for a Bruner. And that's not a sponsor plug because I bought the Bruner. So, can't say that I'm just saying that because I got one for free. I did not. I tried. I sent him an email and said, hey, I'd like to just try it out, do a couple videos with it. No response. I said, I finally broke down when the TBM 850 first released. That's when I decided, okay, I need a force feedback yoke. Never look back. Team Vodka says, I'm working on CLS with 2024. There's stuff that's different now. I look forward to your Lyra 35 profile. Can you have that on my desk by tomorrow at 8 a.m.? Team Vodka is the Bruner CLS profile guru. He kind of sets them up and then I tweak them as necessary. Don't remind us of the library and notepad coding to get... Oh my gosh, yeah, Fred, you're right, dude. The scenery library had to go in notepad. What was the one that, it has to be on the bottom, it's out of order, your CFG this, or you have to put this on the bottom. If that's not on the bottom, then this won't show, or don't remind me, Fred. This livery is pretty hot. Alright, progress page. We got 63 miles to TOD. 63 miles. Just listen, the engine's humming away there. I've got an AB9 coming for Xmas. I'm so excited. I haven't looked forward to a piece of hardware in a long time. Iglufu, you're going to love it, man. The AB9 is a wonderful piece of hardware. I'm itching to use it again. I really want to... I might have to switch my AB9 to the right and then put my FMC on the left and get a throttle quadrant. Oh, no, I don't want to do that because then we won't be able to fly Airbus. Dang. I want to fly Helos again in 2024. I'm just trying to figure out how I can set up my AB9 to do it on stream. Consensus gingerbread latte is pretty good, Migs. Pretty tasty. If my home airport is 50-50, 737-320, what should I look for when I fly to become a pilot and offers both? Would you pick? What? Hunt has no, doesn't matter what they have, man. Just pick whatever is going to be the most quality of life for you. Hold on one sec. Someone trying to sell me some fruit? That's weird. I feel like I should go lock the door now. Anyway, whatever I was saying, Hunt, yeah, don't just pick whatever is quality of life, man. I got 100 euros with your name on it if you're able to simulate airspeed failure on destination Green Dot Air Malaysia. What? If you're able to simulate airspeed failure. I can't do that today, man. I'd have to look at ahead of that and see that. I haven't even digged into PMDG failures yet, my man. We'll get there eventually. Today was our first starting to do abnormal stuff a little bit. We did no APU today. I'm sure we'll get there. Fly the Mi-8 and DCS. I know what can top that, Den Boom. It's the Apache. Mi-8, I had a ton of fun in the Mi-8 Huey. In the new chase plane, I have had one instance of weird autopilot behavior in the BN2 Islander. Other than that, flawless so far. How is that BN2 Islander? I did see that it is also available for career mode. How is that Islander? Yay, nay, meh. You need your level up 7.3 V2. I know. I'm looking forward to that because now that I'm starting to understand more 7.3 procedures, we're going to do some side-by-side testing comparison of X-Plane versus Microsoft. Everybody loves that. The only thing I got extra on 2020 is the Rex Acu season, enhanced environment, and FCR. Oh, yeah. I don't like FCR. You need to use Flight Recorder, man. Flight Recorder is the GOAT. Flight Recorder's the GOAT. That's all you need, my man. Uh-oh. Phil Northwest coming with $10 super chat recommending Padu. We haven't done Dutch Harbor in a long time. It's been a long time. I highly recommend Dutch Harbor. Challenging approach with a short runway. Last used to fly 737-400 combis in there. Flight Sim 2000 works 24. Phil Northwest, thank you for the $10 super chat. You know what? We haven't been to Alaska in a long time. I'm waiting for some U.S. airline liveries for this airplane, man. All the livery makers are making European airlines right now. Where is the love for American, United? I guess we have some default United liveries, but, you know, the third-party good ones, the American retros, Southwest retros, Alaska retros, U.S., like, you know, some Allegiant. Does Allegiant have 7.3s? I thought they were getting 7.3s, right? Didn't Allegiant have 7.3s at one point? Thank you for the $10 super chat, Phil. We may have to look into some Alaska flying. I don't want to get too much into it, but I'm still very saddened about the loss of Biffle family. I know, man. Very, very tragic. I remember back in the day when he raced my favorite driver, Carl Edwards. So, I mean, I haven't watched any Blanco Lirio or any ambulance chasing YouTube videos on what happened. It was a 525 citation, right? Very similar, same type as the 550 Bravo, I think. You see the video, they made it back. So they made it back to the just in front of the runway. I just don't know what happened, man. Uh-oh, we got a traffic management reroute. It's so tragic, man, that they were so close. You know, they were so close.
357, expect radar vectors, ILS Zulu runway 20.
All right, that's what we got. We'll do the Yankee. We'll have the Yankee loaded, but that's fine.
Expect radar vectors, ILS Zulu, runway 20, Copa 357.
They have Maxes? Oh, that's what it is? All right. Shoot, we're coming up on TOD. It's time to go to work here. It's time to go to work. So init ref, let's go ahead and get this dialed in. 201 approach courses. (201) Let's just call ready for descent here so they can give us lower.
Copa 357.
110.3 is what we're going to dial up.
Copa 357, Eden Airport landing runway 20.
Eden Airport landing runway 20, Copa 357.
How do you clear an air? That's frustrating. All right, 110.3, 110.3. That is set A3. We're not going to use the HUD though. 110.3 across the board. 201. Let's pull out the charts. All right, arrival. We're doing the Yankee. I know he wants us on the Zulu. We're going to do the Yankee. 4,200 is the Barrow Min. Let's hold that. This is beyond ATC. I've listened to some Say Intention streams now, and no offense to anybody who likes them, I do not like Say Intentions really at all.
Copa 357, descend to 18,000 feet.
Compared to beyond ATC.
1015.
Descend to 18,000 feet. QNH 1015. Copa 357.
Right, 18,000 to set, descent, descend now, execute, down we go. But yeah, listening to Say Intentions and just kind of how it functions and the audio, that's not what I'm after. Beyond ATC has got exactly what I'm after, and that's traffic. It nails the traffic, it gets the flow, and the audio has actually gotten really good. And I'll be honest with you, I really like the, which I didn't think I was going to care about, but having all the different accents in different parts of the world that you fly is actually really cool. So, to me, it's the next best thing to being on a network, if you ask me. Alright, descent path, retards coming in, we're going down. Let's run some landing data here. So airport, 10-9 Armenia is 8,100 feet. Let's do some performance, landing en route. Select runway 20, aircraft details. We'll run it as is, see what it gives us here. 6,500 feet on auto brakes 3, auto brakes 2. Not enough. We'll stick with auto brakes 3, full reversers. I'll give us a little extra juice. So 1, 2, 3 is set. Terrain mode up on my side. Do you know if the data link works with everything? Oh, blind flug. I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe someone in chat remembers. I think Mathis Cox said they're talking to Beyond ATC to get it to work. But right now, it's not, I believe. Right? Let me just try something. Yeah. But it would be very cool. I know there's other add-ons that are incorporating Beyond ATC now. I believe the Fenix, actually I know the Fenix is working with Beyond ATC, and any builds Beyond ATC CPDLC, which is cool. So it's getting more popular. Wow, these clouds, man, Sim Update 4, performance aside, the clouds have been really nice. I've really enjoyed the clouds. All right, we'll go full screen cam, tell it's time to get on the ground here. Copa uses OG Chrono. Uh-oh. I can't get myself to talk to a bot. It feels unnatural. I don't talk to him, man. I just have it on auto respond. I've got, that's my, I think that's my second favorite feature. So number one is the traffic injection and the schedules and everything that it runs. It's all based on real schedules. And then also based on real schedules and the time that you're in your sim. Also, it's I have auto ATC on, auto response, so you can pick your first officer. Shout out me, I got myself in there. V1 Sim is a selectable voice. I don't know what anyone will want to select that, though. I'm pretty annoying to listen to. But you can pick a different co-pilot voice, and it just put it on auto respond and auto tune, man. And it's like you're flying more real world than you are when you're flying alone on a network, because real life you don't fly and do the radios unless you're flying a single pilot airplane. But in airliner world, you don't talk to on the radio. It's whoever the pilot monitoring is, that's the radio. That's the radio man. So especially in like takeoff phase or busy phases of flight, it's really cool to just listen to the radio go, and you're like, okay, climb and maintain, set it, dude. You're just flying the airplane. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And for those that do want to get on a network, or like maybe you don't have the confidence, I think it's an incredible tool to train, to practice your phraseology and stuff. I think it's an incredible tool for that if you want to use VATSIM, but you're maybe hesitant to, what do I say? How do I say it? Learning the lingo of aviation can be daunting. But swim and climb, I'm right there with you, man. Nothing seems real anymore. Yep, AI, fake shorts. I know, dude. Shorts videos in general have just, I'm tired of them, man. They're everywhere. They're on Facebook. They're on YouTube. They're everywhere, man. Is V1 voice premium, though, Migs? I don't actually know. Am I a premium voice? Am I a premium? Yeah, I am premium. I look at the settings. I really want Faviano to get on here. Oh, Jeff Faviano is. I'm switching to Jeff. Guys.
Hello, everyone. This is Jeff Faviano, and I'm a guest voice in Beyond ATC.
Dude, how long has this been? All right, Faviano's the co-pilot. Dude, I'm so excited. We're doing a second leg now. I'm so pumped that Faviano's the... I love it. I love it. I'm going to request approach change, just so I can hear him speak.
Copa 357, request approach change.
Wow, that's even better. That's amazing. Dude, Jeff is goated voice.
357, Roger, say approach.
We want the Zulu. We want the Zulu, Jeff.
Request ILS Zulu runway 20, Copa 357.
Dude, his recording is better. I got to do my recording over.
You're already assigned ILS Zulu runway 20. Unable.
Dude, Jeff's voice sounds more natural. I had just gotten over a really bad cold when I did my recording. What's the transition level? Center, what's the transition level, Copa 357? All right, 1020 set. Seatbelt sign is on. I'm gonna slow down a little bit here. Yeah, Jeff's voice is way less robotic.
Copa 357, transition level is 190.
Jeff gave us the second leg without even being here. Thanks, Jeff. No. I think Faviano is a little frustrated with his sim. He was having some issues with the PC locking up yesterday. He's going to keep us super high here. Flight transport prepare for arrival. All right, descent checklist, please. Altimeters, 1020. Set. Approach prep complete. Pressurization check. Train display selected. Lights are set.
Descent to 13,000 feet.
Descent to 13,000 feet, Copa 357.
13,000. Now we go. Yeah, why does his sound less robotic? I'm going to have to redo my recording. His sounds so good. Freaking love it. I love Beyond ATC, man. I wish there was a way. I guess we could do multiplayer and Beyond ATC. But yeah, FM speed got a little wonky there. We're going to do this. We're going to go 250, and we're going to just level change this puppy down. She's got a little wonky there in the descent. We're already behind the 8 ball here, 2,500 feet high. Yours sounds like you're shouting commands in a huddle or something. I don't know why. Maybe they improved the tech, or he just, I don't know. I need a recording. I'll have to speak with Beyond ATC. What's the wear and tear I want to buy? I don't have any wear and tear mod hunt. I was talking about the Lear 35. Oh, should I get Miss V1 to do it as well? Get another female voice? Like, hey, should I get Miss V1 do it? Any wear and tear you see, Hunt, in the cockpit, that is the livery. It's livery specific. I'm gonna throw the weather radar on up over this here for the FO side because it looks a little bit sussy, but oh yeah, there's definitely some stuff going on out there. Cumulogranite, cumulonimbus. Very important you can decipher the two.
Copa 357, turn right, heading 185.
Okay.
Vectors for the approach.
I'll listen to it just because I want to hear
Turn
best.
right, heading 185, Copa 357.
Copa. I kind of want to stay on the LNAV because I don't trust them. Stay out of heading. That'd be funny. Then I could have Miss V1 as the FO in the when I'm flying.
Copa 357, QNH 1015, expect radar vectors for ILS Zulu runway 20.
1023. So I'm gonna set sim
QNH
QNH.
1015, expect radar vectors for ILS.
Should
Zulu
get
runway
Torque's mom to do
20,
it. Everyone will know
Copa
her voice.
357.
Copa 357, descend to 9,000 feet.
Descend to 9,000 feet, Copa
9,000 set.
357.
And we're 10,000 above field. We're gonna get the lights on. Alright, before landing, checklist to the line. Approach briefing complete, seatbelts on, PA complete, recall checked, auto brakes as required. HUD set, radar display set, cross check before landing, checklist to the line. Alright, we're hustling down to Niner Thou. Get flight recorder ready. Jeff is giving the stream a touch of class. What are you saying, Miggs? Unbelievable. Am I not classy enough for you, Miggs? There you go, Miggs. You can go back to steerage class. Real pilots go off route in unfamiliar mountainous terrain and IMC at night. Yeah, and they intercept the glide slope off the localizer too. Don't tell Fly Navy. This looks like a little bit of rain out there to our left. Outside air temp plus 20. No need to worry about engine anti-ice right now. It'd be cool if I could be the flight engineer for a 3-person crew. Oh, Alberto, that would be sweet, man. Have a flight engineer or a jump seater. Are you going to miss the 7.3 or glad you chose? I'm glad I chose the 7.3, huh? I'm excited, man. I wanted something new, you know? Just change it up. You know, one day maybe when I hold the seniority again, I'll be able to bid back to the bus in the left seat. But for now, I'm going to enjoy my 737 endeavors. Anyone know what 7.3 PMDG going to crank out next? I actually don't know. I think, did someone say the 700 first? Next? 251 below 10, straight to jail. Yeah. Matter of fact, we should slow down a little bit here because we're going to be in tight on this approach. Let's go ahead and slow back to 2 hundo. I didn't mean it like that, but if you must put me in the smoking section with the busted HEPA filters, here you go. Here you go. We should make a MIGS cam. Hold on. As we fly into the terrain, MIGS cam is going to be way back here now. To the HEPA filter cam. Here you go, Migs. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad view, to be honest with you. Thanks for super chat, Migs. Approach VREF not selected. I know. That looks so awesome, though, doesn't it? Oh, I touched the autopilot. I touched the trim wheel. Come on, day. All right, recording. I almost want to start the recording now. Golly, this sim looking beautiful this morning. It's good when you fly in Colombia, South America, with a little bit of clouds, because the ortho is not that great on the mountains. So when you have a little bit of clouds like this, it looks really good.
Runway 14 right, ready for descent. Avianca 9807.
Avianca 9807, descend to flight level 230.
Descend to flight level 230, Avianca 9807.
Your texture mod? I don't know. I'm running just a livery. I don't have a mod installed, so if it's part of the livery, then maybe. Is that what that little... I noticed that too, the scratching up here. Okay, 8,100.
Descend to 8,100 feet, Copa 357.
Flaps 5.
Copa 357, 13 miles from Captain.
10 of the Amoeba, I did see that.
Heading, maintain 5,600 feet until established. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 20.
Fly present heading 5,600 feet until established. Cleared ILS Zulu runway 20, Copa 357.
I did see that first safe auto land thing. Pretty neat. Loc glide slope captured. My recording is on. Flying through a little bit of rain right now. Well, just as the radar indicated over there. Oh, it's so freaking cool. What was field elevation? 4,000? Plus 2 is 6. Almost time to slow gear. You sure you don't want to capture glide slope first? No, this would be a perfect opportunity for Fly Navy to capture the glide slope on a 45-degree entry at night. Missed approach altitude. We'll just go ahead and set 9,000. Copa 357 established ILS 20.
Copa 357, affirm. Copa 357, contact delayed in tower 118.5.
Contact tower 118.5, Copa 357.
All right, 30, 147, 352.
Elyton Tower, Copa 357, ILS Zulu, runway 20.
Gear down, flaps 15.
Copa 357, Elyton Tower, wind variable, runway 20 cleared to land.
Runway 20 cleared to land, Copa 357.
Flaps 30. Spoilers armed, below the line. Speed brakes armed, green light. Gear down, 3 green. Flaps 30, green light. Landing check is complete. There's got to be a runway out here somewhere. The A in the airspeed window is alpha speed. You need more flaps before you slow down there. We also tested the auto slat deploy and it worked. Pretty cool, man. There's the runway. I'm not saying anything. I'm hesitant to disconnect the autopilot here. This is where the HUD would be useful indeed. I see it. I see it through the fog. Autopilot's off. I have control. A lot of trim there.
1,000.
1,000 feet, or 1,000 feet, target, sync 12. Auto throttles away. What I thought was the runway was not the runway. Now I see the runway.
500.
Now I see the runway for real.
400. 300. 200.
Trees look a little tall back there.
Approaching minimums. 100. 50 minimums.
Deployed. That's squirrely getting her down there. We gotta let it roll, manual brakes. There's no turnaround except at the end. Ooh, there was one right here. We'll just go to the end.
Copa 357, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available taxiway, Copa 357.
Then we have to do the 180 here on the ground. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Armenia. This is a very still airport if I ever seen one. Runway textures are epic. Alright, since it's a taxi back, we'll reconfigure. Normally you don't want to reconfigure on the ground here, but since it's a taxi back. Flaps are coming up. Again, this is a V-Pilot Designs Armenia Airport. Really niche, really nice little airport here in the jungle. Great runway textures. The last time I ever came down here, long time ago, there were plane spotters, or there was a group of kids with cameras. They were on this side because we were back taxiing, so they were over on this side. Actually, no, they were tower side, so they would have been over here. I was waving at them, opened the cockpit window for them. Long time ago. Alright, let's do a little after landing. That's up. We'll set stab trim 5 units since we're taxiing on the runway. Auto brake comes off. Flight director's auto throttle is off. We'll spin this out to 0. We'll spin the altitude to 0. Up to the overhead, bleeds packs, pressurization as associated. We do not have an APU, so we're not going to spool it. Career Trap, what's up, man? We need to see you land with your right hand. I know, man, but I'd have to reconfigure all my hardware, and I just can't do that. It's not worth it. Yep, we'll have replays, man. We'll have replays. We'll put the camera on the tree over there. Alright, as we clear the runway, boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go to the fancy terminal building over here. Let's go to the gate. Migs, my man, thank you so much for the 5 gifted memberships. Again, I appreciate you, Migs. I appreciate the love and support, man. Merry Christmas to your family. Happy holidays. Thank you for all the subs, the membership milestones. Just been a long time supporter of the channel. I know it, man. If you pick up a membership from Migs, shout them out, say thank you. Really appreciate your support, man. Captain Chemtrails, what's up? Is this some Berry Seal ops? You would think so, right, Cap? This is a Berry Seal. This is about as Berry Seal as you get for airliner ops. You might have to go take a little visit over here, see what that's all about. What's up, Captain Chemtrails? Hope all is well, man. Yeah, it's a neat little airport, right? And it's in a cool spot where you can do turns. Like if you want to do Cartagena, a great spot if you love flying Avianca, Latam, Colombia ops. You can do a bunch of turns out of here that are all, 300, 400 miles away. And you got a really good little scenery. And you fly in here early morning, fog and mist, or come in here in the rain. Epic. And this is a fully native 2024 scenery from V-Pilot Designs. You can definitely tell the difference. So we took off from the V-Pilot, but that was just a 2020 that happens to be working in 24. This one is built up for 2024. Textures look great. We'll stop on the 320 line. Erp. All right, brakes are set. I want to watch a bunch of replays. We're not going to shut it down because we'd have to connect ground power and all that because we don't have an APU. So before we do our replays, let's take a look at our landing rate over on the vertical. Oh, it did feel chunky. It did not feel 270 chunky. That's what it's telling us. All right. We'll end that flight. V-Pod Science is here. Awesome. It is on sale until January 7th on a marketplace. Very cool. AJ says buying now. Awesome. Let's do a check the bins. I don't think they're popped. I tell you what. We'll do a we'll connect. We'll shut down. We'll walk around, actually. Let's do that. Set chocks. But now I wonder how this works when you don't have an APU. Ground power request it. And then we'll request the jet bridge. Here comes the jetway. Oh, look. That looks very good. Yeah, there's even a guy on the jet bridge there. All right, ground power on bus. All right, now we can do our shutdown. Nothing to change up there. We'll get electric, hydraulics, engine and ice is off. Heater heats, these are coming off. These are coming off. Seatbelt sign is coming off. Beacon is off. Fuel tank pumps off. Ground power is set. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh no. I hit Shift Z instead of... Oh, bummer. I hit Shift Z instead of Shift C. That's alright. No, our jet bridge, come back. Come back. Come back. Can we walk up this? Ah. Alright. Ooh, we got a candy shop in here for AJ. Can we get in? Ah, we can get in. Hey, AJ. AJ, leave her alone. AJ, leave her alone. Let's get some candy. Candy shop and souvenirs. We got some people hanging out in the terminal. Mr. Barry doing his Barry thing. I have to do it in first person view. Got the departure board up here. International Airport. Fort Lauderdale, Spiritual Wangs. Hit the like button if you've ever flown that flight. Avianca, American goes to Miami. Pasto. Oh my goodness. See, you could buy the scenery and do a Pasto turn. That would be really cool. Panama City. Delta goes to Hot Atlanta. Bogota, Quito, Amsterdam. Amsterdam? Alright. Well, All right, let's go. Oh, wait, hold on. Is this model or is this a picture? I can't tell. Wow, that actually threw me off. I thought that was a 3D entrance to the baño, but it's just a JPEG. It's great. Come back outside. Man, we're going to need to do some Barry Seal ops to this airport. Beautiful little airport again. Once again, V-Pilot Designs on sale now until Jan 7. So let's go ahead and drone cam. I wanted to see over here real quick, and then we're going to do our replays. Ooh, we definitely got some Barry Seal cargo containers up here. Look at the ceiling fans. Okay, we'll go back. Look at the ceiling fans. What is this? Oh, this is isn't this the Donier thing? This is Gustavo's favorite airplane. Mm-hmm. This is where's Gustavo when you need him? We got the ARF down here. This ARF services. Yep. There's the VOR. This is a VOR beacon. This is pretty cool. MU2, thank you. Mitsubishi, MU2. That's what I was thinking, MU2. Mitsubishi. Here's a VOR, I believe. Yeah. Very cool. And then let's go into the... He said he wanted to check the ceiling fans. Oh, wow. So this is the top level. The ceiling fans are actually working. Very cool. We got a subway over here. Bukash. Pizza, Pizzap. And there's our beautiful bird out there. Awesome. It looks similar to those trees. Definitely won't interfere with the signal. I know. Let's go ahead and do a. Let's go ahead and throw our replays on, and then we'll throw the replay in here at nighttime too. So, first and foremost, let's go. You know what? Actually, PMDG makes it easy. You just set those on, set your electrics back on, set those on so you don't have a bunch of messages. Set those on. Set your fuel pumps on. Lights you can actually set on or off in replay, which is pretty cool on the PMDG. It doesn't seem to have a walking light like the Fenix does. All right, that's pretty much all you need to do, and then we can launch replay, and it should... Oh, if I can get my mouse back, please. It should fire everything up for us. Let's get out of there while it does stick shaker stuff. Captain Chemtrail says, are you starting to fall in love with the 7.3? I am, man. I am. I'm excited, dude. I'm excited for the 7.3. I really am. I think it's going to be fun. It's just, I'm excited for a change. Try something new. Do some cool flying. Man, we should do Miami, Armenia. Long haul. Nabil, what's up, man? You missed this one, but there may be we're going to probably do a second stream this afternoon. Maybe we might. I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided if we're doing citation or Barry Seal ops yet. Is the PMDG better than a Microsoft default one? Miles better, Mach X10. I mean, way better, dude. Oh, we need generator power. There you go. Don't forget your generators. You think I will enjoy it? I hope so, man. Ask me again in a month, you know? Well, Tutko, I can't be too late at the HQ because I want to see Old Man River tonight. Monday Night Football, 45-year-old. Go Colts. Courtesy Dad Bods everywhere, man. 45-year-old Old Man River. I'm in home study right now, chemtrails. I got Sims on the 10th. Mad Dog is dead to me, dude. Until Leonardo can figure out how to get a proper installer, man, I don't want to even bring any attention to that airplane. It pisses me off. That did look a bit firm. Looked a wee bit firm. Oh, not terrible. Oh, our GPU core disconnected. I've looked at chase plane Elena Zane. I'm gonna I'll give it some time before I invest in chase plane. For what it offers, I don't know if it's worth the. Well, I say it's worth. I don't know if I want to spend that much on a camera add-on right now. Solely because I don't know what it's gonna do stability-wise after a few updates. So I'm gonna let it do its thing. Oh, I think I did it wrong. Let's see. Firm but fair, right? Firm but fair. Hey, at least we didn't float it into the shaker like our good friend Zippy. Rotate MD-888. If I fly anything on X-Plane, it's going to be MD-11 or 74.
Don't sink.
All right, we're going to
Don't
wind
sink.
it back. I'm going to set the time so you can see what this looks like in the PM. Probably pretty darn sweet. Oh, that looks good there. All right, y'all. Well, first off, shout out to V-Pilot. V-Pilot makes some fantastic sceneries here for Central South America. If you're looking for airports to add to your collection, I highly recommend checking them out. They've got a ton of stuff. More and more are becoming 2024 native. A lot are 2024 compatible already. But the airports that they make always seem to have a little extra niche funness to them. You know, some of the smaller ones, like this one, perhaps, that you may have never known existed until this stream. So thank you, V-Pilot, for the scenery. And we'll definitely be checking this out, probably in Barry Seal Ops, because we have our whole logistics company based down here. I will have another stream up here momentarily this evening. Hope to see you guys there. Thank you all for the support. Thank you, T-Tut Company, for the massive $50 bank angle check. Thank you, Migs, for the bank angle checks and membership gifts. Thank you, Phil Northwest, as well. RC Flyer, all the membership milestone chats. Captain Minnesota, the real Santa Claus right now, working hard, keeping everybody happy. AJ Frenard, thank you as well. You all have been awesome. Hit the like button for me on the way out if you haven't already. Our first flight with an INOP APU was great success. On to the next one. Y'all stay safe and stay healthy. I'm V1. See you.